Well, hello. I don't know how many people noticed the speech Kamala gave to a group lamenting the reversal of the Roe v. Wade, but she quoted our Constitution and she changed the most common known sentence in the Constitution, which is, "We are each endowed by our Creator with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." She literally cut these words out, which, because she's sworn to uphold and protect the Constitution and has even led others, senators, to that same oath of office, she should be following it. So when she doesn't, it's called defiling the Constitution. So here's some examples of what I'm just saying this. I just want you to see it yourself. Constitution defiled.
A promise we made in the Declaration of Independence, that we are each endowed with the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
And there you go. You heard it for yourself. So then it was interesting that Microsoft News approved of that. They actually printed on their website that it wasn't a mistake, because it could be one of two things. Either Kamala doesn't know the most common line in our Constitution, or it was on purpose. She has to know it. She's the vice president. So it has to be an omission. And Microsoft News seems to think so as well. And they thought it was refreshing and honest. Okay, I can see how Microsoft would think it was refreshing because they're commies, but how could they think it was honest? Why would you use the word honest in a headline?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kamala Davy Harris, do sign.
Okay, that's just funny. I mean, everybody pronounces Kamala wrong. We've all done it at least once. But Justice Sotomayor should have practiced it. There should have been somebody in the background that went over her speech with her as she's reading what Kamala is supposed to say, and should have corrected her. Somebody should have taught her how to pronounce it. The rest of us, it's understandable when we get it wrong, but not Chief Justice Sotomayor. Okay, here we go.
I swear
I, Kamala Davy Harris, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I
Okie dokie. Pretty clear that once you make this oath, promise, it's literal, and you have your hand on a Bible and your other hand holding up to swear. There's just no question of what was said, of the meaning behind this, so there's no question that you actually mean what you're saying. Once you've taken the oath, and then you're the second highest position in the free world, you can't go back on that promise. You just can't do it. That's defiling the Constitution.
well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter.
Starting with upholding and defending the Constitution.
So help me God.
So help me God.
There's a very important piece of this because she went out and said that. And why did she take out God from that speech that she was giving? I see why she took out the word life, because she's at a pro-abortion gathering. But why would she take out our Creator? Well, because there's tons of verses that talk about God creating us, and even talking about creating us in the womb. So I guess that was why. But it's amazing to see how she talks about God here. She takes the oath involving God and on a Bible, and then she turns around and does this publicly in front of a whole bunch of people. And of course, nobody's talking about it because MSM just ignores things like this. Okay, so here is Kamala, same day. So right after she is sworn in, she is able to swear others in, uses the same oath, and here's the senators she's swearing in, and they all have Bibles. There's no instruction on what to do with them, like they gave her when she was being sworn in. Her husband was holding 2 Bibles, which you'll see in a minute. You're supposed to, have one hand on the Bible. You'll see they don't know what to do with their hands in their Bibles, and they're not getting any help from her.
Please raise your right hand. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will...
Okay, so I put this in here. You see the window down in your lower right of Kamala's hand on 2 Bibles. Just to show you that, there's a lot of people out there that said she had her hand on a satchel because there were some cameras from the other direction, and the Bible on top is zippered, and so it looks like a purse, and she was trying to insulate her hand from the Bible so it wouldn't catch on fire or whatever. But yeah, it was a Bible. There's 2 Bibles, and she wasn't giving any help to her senators on what to do with their... So that's the reason for the awkward scene that you just saw. Anyways, here we go.
Support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God.
I do.
So there you have it. She was sworn in, then she swore others in. No one can question the fact she knew what she was saying, she knew what she was committing to. It was an oath, it was a promise, and then she defiled it.
And that's all I have to say about that.